Let me see your face at 3:15 in the fucking morning. Please. My son started pre-K last week. Yeah, I took vacation. Say, oh, let me walk my son to... I'll walk him to... I had this romantic idea I was going to walk him to school. The preschool is right down the road, 5 blocks away. I'm not going to be like these other parents. I'm going to walk him to school. You think I walked him one time? I don't have fucking time for this. Then we pull in. Here's how it goes. They give you instructions. Oh, everything's instructions. You pull into the school there, all the cars are lined up. I pull in and I'm looking and I'm like, what, does everybody have a new fucking car these days? Everybody I see's got a new car. So I roll into the parking lot in my 2001 Mazda with the fucking headliner collapsing on my head. And I pull into line, and the teacher comes out, and I guess she goes and opens the door, and they take the children out. She comes to my car, opens up the door, a fucking taco Bell bag comes out and fucking hits her right in the shin. I'm like, oh my God. She's looking around, like, I had a moment of self-awareness. It really made me sick to my stomach. She's looking around my car like, I got like garage sale fucking remnants, laying around. The car smells like, I don't know, like a piece of salami's under the seat that I couldn't find for a couple months. My kid's in the car seat. The car seat's tilted like it's not even hooked in right. She had a look of horror on her face. And it was at the very moment I realized, like, oh my God, I'm like the town drunk. But of like the 2000, like the town drunk from the 1980s is a lot different than the town drunk from 2019. Do you get it? I said, oh my God, I'm the town drunk. I swear to God, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's either that or I'm the village idiot. I'm like, why is everybody else in a brand new car? And I mean, I got my flip-flops on. I got a fucking pair of sweatpants. They got ketchup stains on them. I'm like, and the teacher was like, good-looking young teacher. I was like, something? Fuck me. Just fuck me. I said, this is it. I don't know. And then I went out to dinner last night. Oh yeah. My wife, two of my wife's friends, right? They pick us up. They got a brand new, this is like an Audi S5. Okay? Number one, I open up the door and it shoots like a hologram on the floor that says Audi. I'm like, oh my God, what a fucking cat. I closed the door. Look, you want to talk about it? I'm like the fucking, the kid from Big when he gets in the limousine. I get in, I close the door, and it has like this light on the door, like on the door trim. And then when I close the door, it doesn't go out. I'm like, I got him. So you got a problem with this light over here. It's not going off. She turns around, she's like, oh, no. She goes, that's an accent light. I was like, oh, I knew that. So we shut the door and we're driving through the neighborhood. And you ever say something that you can't take back and you really wish you could? We're driving and I'm staring out the window, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a really great garbage night. I'm so in love with picking through the trash. Okay? Listen, you think finding something good at the garage sales is great and getting it for like, I don't know, pennies on the dollar? Yeah, that's exciting. Let me tell you something right now. When I find something neat in the trash, like somebody throws out an old receiver or an old pair of speakers, I got a rod in my pants I can't control. Okay? So I'm looking out the window and I went like, I was in a daze. Listen, they picked me up. I just worked a fucking 8-hour day. Alright? I got news for you. You think I wake up early for the show? I wake up early for work! So my wife's like, as soon as you get home from work, we're going out to eat, I had to pick up my son, my head is spinning. I don't know what's up and what's down. Okay? Now I gotta go out to dinner with normal people? I'm looking out the window and all of a sudden I say out loud, boy, it's a great garbage night. And I swear to God, I could feel the needle go zip. And I was like, and I look over at my wife and she's like, giving me the death look, like, are you kidding me? And I remember the guy's wife was like, oh, really? And I mean, where do you go from there? I don't know. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Here we go. So, wow. Hey, guys, what am I supposed to say to this guy? We're at the dinner table. This guy's like a financial advisor or something. He did something big in business or whatnot, and then he didn't have to work anymore. Wow, fantastic, right? I don't know. Opened up something in Brazil with some guy's partnership. I don't know. Now he sits home and watches Fox News all day. What am I going to talk about? My garage sale finds with this guy? Yeah. Oh, let me tell you a story. Well, listen, we went out to the garage sales, all right? I'm going to tell you something right now. I walk up the driveway and I see this box of what I think is records. And as I get closer to the box, I break out into a cold sweat. I said, oh my God. I look at the box and it's laser discs. And I say to the guy, how much for the laser discs? And he says, $1 a piece. Now my hand starts shaking. Okay? Because I'm like, oh my God, am I really going to do this? Am I going to start another collection? I don't even know how I'm going to explain this to my wife. I don't have room for it. And I'm now automatically, like, the gears are going in my head. Okay, what do I got to do? Oh, I can clear out this corner. I can make room on this shelf. I can, it's all this, like, planning going on in your head, right? Scheming. What do I got to do to make this work? And then I said, you know what? And then I shut everything off and I said, okay, let's just thumb through this box. No big deal. Bah. I'm thinking to myself, if they got RoboCop, I said, listen, if they have the big three, I'm in. If they have RoboCop in there, if they have Total Recall or Starship Troopers, I'll take those. But the rest, I'll leave behind. Anyway, here we go. It's a new collection of laser discs. I said to them, I'm trying to validate the reason for having a Laserdisc commercial. Can somebody help me out here? The only thing I can come up with is the artwork is different and huge on them. I don't know. Is there a reason for having a Laserdisc collection at this point. It's so fucking cool. And I got news for you. I'm flipping through this stack. I should have bought the whole thing now that I'm looking at it. Because it was every great movie from the 80s that you could possibly imagine. Yeah. Guys, look at this. The Road Warrior. I mean, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Number one. I know everybody and their mother loves to show you laser discs. Look at these fucking laser discs. Are you kidding me? Look at this. It's almost like you can't believe what you're seeing. Do you understand the laser disc player came out in like, what was it, 78? Oh my God. Let me get this thing. And the Road Warrior, I got news for you. Anytime I ever used to get go out and get loaded, when I would come home, because I would usually come home by myself, I would put on the Road Warrior. Oh yeah, ka-junk, ka-junk, ka-junk. Yeah, remember the story in the beginning about how the oil ran out and it was chaos in the streets and this, that, the other thing, and all of a sudden the opening scene would start on Mad Max's The Blower, and you'd hear, like 8,000 RPM fucking supercharged V8, and then the picture would open up from the inside of the blower out, and you were in this car chase, this crazy car chase. And I got news for you, buddies. There are stunts in the Road Warrior. I've talked about this before. Guys have died. Okay, stuntmen died in this movie, and they're not talking about it. They did it in Australia. They buried them in the dirt. These are stunts like you've never seen stunts before. There's no CGI. That's why Road Warrior holds up today. You watch this, you're like, oh my God. Somebody died. You can't tell me somebody didn't die on the set. Watch the movie. The end, that whole end, fucking finale. By Christ. This movie had everything. It had everything. Don't hurt the snake. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Such a great movie. Huge mungus. This thing had everything. Oh my God. I love the Road Warrior. And Mad Max too. A sip of coffee for the Road Warrior. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Kurt Russell. Right? The Ageless Wonder. Kurt Russell. Big Trouble in Little China. Ah, Shkamada Muamada Ming. I remember seeing this like Saturday morning, Sunday morning on TV and thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? Watching this one with Georgie. What is going on in this movie? It was such an adventure. Monsters and like kung fu guys and what a wild adventure. You don't get movies like this anymore. I'm sorry. Oh, baby. Come on. The Terminator. Okay? The Terminator. You know when I realized that The Terminator was such an incredible movie? It was at the very end when she's in the Jeep. Right? And who's in the Jeep? She's in the Jeep, right? And she's got the picture. Is that it? Is that how it goes? Is it John Connor in the Jeep? Well, she's in the Jeep and she's got the picture of John. I don't know what's going on here. Such a powerful scene. Come on, the music, when he goes inside the police station to just blow the place to shit, it is so crazy. It's 1980s, baby. And it's got that vibe to it, that vibe. It's very dark. Very dark. What a sensational movie. You kidding me? Am I gonna leave this behind for $1? Am I gonna leave this behind? I mean, we're talking about special widescreen collector's edition. Look at how many discs. How is this even possible? I'm sorry, but did Alien really? And these discs are front and back, buddies. Was Alien really that long a movie? I don't know. Was it much longer than The Road Warrior? That it required 3 discs? And look at the can. These are felt lined paper sleeves, right? Exactly what you want. It's unbelievable. And on top of that, you're getting a booklet here. Look at this. You open it up. It has a little thing about the movie here. It's got the guys working on the set, right? Who's that? The navigator? What fucking artwork. Look at that set design. I mean, these movies, Star Wars, Alien, this type of thing, were the equivalent of building, let's face it, like the Vatican at the time. Yes. It's just not done like this anymore. Look at the work that must have went into that set back in, what year is this? What year is this? $1979. Oh, could you imagine the work that it took? Look at the size of the set. Look at the people. And this is outrageous. There he is, working. There he is, Brian Johnson, right? Of AC/DC. What's he doing working on spaceships? I don't know. Listen, I gotta... And I don't even know what the fuck we're dealing with here, but it says the Valley of Gwangi. Cowboys battle monsters in the strangest roundup of all. I mean! This looks like stop motion dinosaurs and cowboys. Oh my God. So there we go. Laser discs. That's the other thing. The teacher opens up the door the other day. That I got a pile of laser discs in there. It's like, oh, okay. Here's a guy really, he's moving up in life. By Christ. By Christ. I love them. I don't know what to tell you. I love them. I love them. I have a problem. Okay, can there be like a collector's anonymous? I just walk into the meeting like this. Well, it started with video games, and they're like, "Are those laser discs?" And everybody's like, "Oh." This is how I knew I hit rock bottom. The teacher opened up the passenger side door and laser discs poured out onto her feet. What are you gonna do, buddies? What are you gonna fucking do? Anyhow. We go to a garage sale, alright? I asked this lady if she's got any video games. She goes, "Yes, I do." She meant it. And I love to hear that. That this is a mom. Do you understand? This is the what do they say? Fuck me sideways. This is a woman scorn. She hates video games. She came out with this bin and she dropped it on the floor like a sack of potatoes. She goes, "There it is. I said, how much do you want for it? She said, $40. I was like, ooh. I'm looking in here. There was a PlayStation 2 as well in the box. But, listen, I don't need a fucking other PlayStation 2. Alright? In the box. I just took that out and put it to the side. Almost like I was thinning it out a little bit to try to get a lower price. And it took up a lot of volume in here. You understand? It like filled up the, you know, the PlayStation. It was the PlayStation 2 and then the box was coming. So I just put the box. It made it look like half the contents, right? Half the contents, half the price! So I take those two out and I say, hey, would you do 30? And I grabbed a couple of these. It has these like CDRs in here, you know. I said, there's a bunch of these CDRs in here. I said, I don't know, would you do 30? So she did 30. To be honest with you, I wanted to do 20, but I looked behind me and I got two guys just like looking at the bin. You know what I'm saying? You know, these two guys. It's like they're in a, I don't know, it's like you're at a sex club. I've never been to one, but I imagine this is the way it is. And you got the couple having sex, and you got the other guys that are just standing around like. I could never go to one of these. I'm sorry. I used to have a friend that would go to these things. I mean, they happen. There's roads that you go down, and you go to these places. Okay, so I heard all the stories, you know. But what are you gonna do? Here we go. Well, what was interesting about this is I get the PlayStation out. I don't know if you guys can see. Anyhow, it's a PlayStation with a bunch of I don't know. Okay, let's find out together. Because all I did was take a look, say, all right, I'll pay the money for that. I'll pay the $30 for it. Even though I wanted it for 20, but like I said, I had these sharks behind me, and I'm like, these guys are just ready to pounce. So I said, let me not do too much bartering here. Let me just buy the fucking thing. Well, you got the old school PlayStation here, and what I thought was very interesting, it had this thing plugged into the back, the game enhancer. Okay. And look at that. I call them RCA connectors, all right? What do you want from me? What are they called? Component connectors? I don't care. These RCA plugs on the back. I'm like, oh, what is that? That's old school, right? Old school. I love it. I love it. And I open her up, and I'm like, whoa, what do we got here? Burnt disc? I'm like, what is this? Game enhancer? Game enhancer modchips.com. Look at that. Fear Effect, Disc 4. I'm like, oh, I can see what happened here. And now you could see the evolution of this young man's gaming career. Okay? He went from spending all his money on video games like a goon to turning to the dark side and ordering up this mod chip and then burning his own discs. Is that what happens here? This is what I'm saying. Okay? This is what I'm saying. All right. Let's get into it here. Oh, we got Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. That's interesting. Steel Harbinger.
New save.
Daddy's little girl is out to save the world. Okay. Tomb Raider 2. Look at Lara Croft on the back in the bathing suit. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Messed up copy of Madden 97. We all like Madden 97, right? Shootout 97, another favorite of mine. All right. The Game of Life. Oh, God. Virtual Pool. Here we go. Wow, look at this. Some of these, the manuals are all fucked up. I don't know what's going on here. Look at this. Japanese PlayStation game. Interesting. Sidewinder. Let's Dance in the Sky. It's a real dogfight. Interesting. Kind of a generic looking cover there. Asmic. Oh God. Horrible, horrendous copy of Tekken 2. Dreamcast browser. I got excited when I saw this. I said, oh, maybe there's some Dreamcast games under there somewhere. This is brand new. And it's still in the wrapper. And then a whole shitload. Oh, look at this. The official US PlayStation Magazine demo disc. Number 4. Number 10. Number 1. And then, like I said, a bunch of these... like Resident Evil 5 Nemesis. I guess this is a burnt copy. He put like a little thing in here to let him know. I don't know. So I guess he has a bunch of burnt games here. Burnt games and just empty discs. I'm assuming they're empty discs because they're not labeled. Nothing there. Nothing there. All right. Get back into it here. Yeah, Game Day 97. Resident Evil 2. What happened here? Look at this cover. Olympic Summer Games. It's trashed. Copy of Casper with no cover at all. Oh, here we go. Silent Hill. This is interesting. Silent Hill is one of those games that I'd love to try. I wish somebody would remake it. Not remake it. Just put it out on a modern system in original form. I want to play Silent Hill in original form. I think that would be really cool, especially during this time of year. Here we go. Final Fantasy VII. pretty neat. Oh, they're all in there. Okay. Yes. Project Overkill. Oh, Konami, now you're talking. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Isometric, blood and guts. These are just the kind of graphics we like, guys. That's for sure. It's beautiful pixelated graphics. Oh, come on. Yes, lots of destruction, heavy firepower, and other things that make up a happy childhood. EGM magazine. There you go. Why? That's when the EGM had some balls, huh? You can write that now. Please, you can't write that now. You can't do it. You can't do it. What is this? You can't do it these days. What are these fucking kids doing now? What? In a couple of days, I hear they're going to rush Roswell. Can you imagine? Did you hear about this? I tell you what, this is embarrassing for white people all across the country. Because I got news for you. This is white people doing this. Okay? And it's West Coast white people doing this. Because I got news for you. East Coast white people, they don't have time for this fucking stupidity. There's too many taxes. There's too many bills to pay. There's too much work to do over here. They should have put Roswell right in New Jersey. Nobody would have gave a fuck. You could have left the doors open. With the alien craft on the front lawn. People would have drove right by. Oh, look, there are aliens. I got to get to work. Yeah, I got bills to pay. What's going on in the West Coast? You got nothing better to do? Gonna storm Roswell. Go for it. I love it. And then I got to talk to morons at work. These people are going to get shot. Do you actually think that these dummies are going to come running across the desert and the military is going to start shooting at them? Like there's some type of threat? Do you have any idea what a poor optic that would be? For the military to just start shooting civilians that are dumb moron alien hunters? Okay? You could imagine this, right? They're not shooting anybody. If I was Roswell, if I was over there at Hangar, Area 51, I'd set up the whole... Because number one, what are you doing? You're running, number one, you're going to hit a fence. What'd you bring, your wire cutters now? So now you're going to sit there and try to cut through the fence. Now everybody's going to bottleneck through the hole. Okay? Now you're going to charge the building. Okay, so you're going to have to get through some soldiers that are going to be out there. What are they going to do? They're going to be like, all right. So then you get to the front of the building. Number one, how are you going to get in? If they just lock the doors. You think you're just going to kick the doors down? What do you think? They got like a wooden door on a house? No. So how are you going to get through the door, number one? Number two, you get through the door, it's all administration. Yeah. You got Dolores in there on the typewriter. I don't know what's going on. Please. They've been flying her in for a fucking, for 50 years to sit there and type up and fudge documents. She's an expert at it. So now you got to knock her down. You got to get to the elevator. Oh yeah, there's an elevator. What does it go down? Like 100 stories? So now everybody's going to pack into the elevator. You don't even know how to work this elevator. Oh, they'll just shut the power off to the elevator. Now what are you going to do? You're going to start digging? The fucking morons. If I was the guys at Roswell, I would set up the whole, like, the entranceway, like the foyer. I would set it up like the Home Depot. You know how you go to Home Depot now and there's like all these like animatronics for Halloween? I'd get all these alien animatronics. I invite everybody in. Come on in. Hors d'oeuvres. Pig on a blanket. And then you see all these aliens like this. And make it like a huge fucking joke for these morons. Here, come in. Check out the aliens. Anybody want punch? I got the problem solved right now. Okay? If I was the military, I'd just run a line of fucking landmines around the perimeter. You know, behind the fence, run a line of landmines, and then post signs. And then tell all the soldiers to take the day off today. They're going to storm us. Take the day off. Post signs. This is a minefield. Hey, dummies, all right, that don't have a job. This is a minefield, and that way, and then watch the charge of people go. This would make my day. Watch the charge of people. Watch the first fat person explode on a landmine, and watch the whole crowd like they're all out there. We want to know. We want to know. And then they do the charge, and then the first fat person explodes, and you see everybody like, oh, we don't need to know so bad. They just turn around and run away. That's it. You're on private property. You read the sign. Landmines. You move forward. Now, you know, one of your fat friends is dead. What are you going to do now? Oh, let's call it a day, guys. Let's see if the fucking fish taco truck is still open. Get out of my country. Aliens. I got fucking time for aliens. I don't have time for this fucking lot of games. It's pissing me off already. I mean, what do we got here? All right. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, but the fucking the manual's all fucked up, and the case is broken. What did I get myself into here? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. So it's the game enhancer. He's got two game enhancers here. CD version. The power to bust your games wide open. Suitable for Sony PlayStation. This is not an official Sony product. I guess not. There's two of them here. I don't know what the difference is. One's a red box, one's a blue box. Just imagine infinite lives, unlimited energy, extra levels, hidden levels, and much, much more. There's another one here. Look, we got two. How about that? Look, oh, look, enter this code and you can hear this. I don't know. What else is in here? This is starting to turn it into an embarrassing haul. A bunch of more of these. Oh, alrighty. Well, this is exciting. The next Tetris on CDR. All right. What have we got here? Oh, here we go. Look at this. Pitball. It's actually in decent condition. Pitball. Pitball combines the best of multiplayer sports gaming with hardcore arcade action. Interesting. X-Men on a burnt disc. I don't know. Tomb Raider Chronicles. Soul Reaver. PlayStation Picks. I don't know what this is. Official PlayStation Magazine. Demo disc number 3. Number 6. Number 9. Tomb Raider Chronicles. We already saw that. Burnt disc. Triple play. Mortal Kombat 4 completely destroyed. I don't know what's going on here. Disc is stuck to the manual. Oh my god, dude. This is terrible. More burnt discs. Number 18. Jesus Christ. Spider-Man burnt. Destruction Derby Raw burnt. More of these PlayStation demo discs wrapped. I don't know. NHL 2000. The World Is Not Enough. Parasite Eve 1. Speaking of parasites. Alright. And then, here we go. A bunch of controllers. Like 4 controllers in here. Alright? And wires and whatnot, I don't know. The more I look at this, the more I realize that this is not really all it's cracked up to be. There you go. Kind of a big pile of garbage, to be honest with you. Anyhow, you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With the 4K face! We'll see you next time.